And staying in Springfield, police also arresting a man after seizing a large capacity ghost gun from him on Union Street overnight. Police say officers were there responding to an ambulance assist just after 3 a.m. this morning when they learned 53-year-old Reginald Faust had a gun in his bag. Those officers found a loaded ghost gun on Faust, who already has previous convictions, including assaults and armed robbery. That gun was seized and Faust was then arrested on multiple weapons charges.